Hello and welcome to this short BEAMA exhibition briefing video. My name is Kelly Butler and I'm joined today by Paddy Young. Paddy is Events Director of Synergy. They're the organisers of the European Utility Week exhibition and conference programme, which this year is taking place in Amsterdam. BEAMA has led delegations to previous European Utility Week shows. We went to Vienna in 2015, Barcelona in 2016, and as always we survey the delegates and the Pavilion exhibitors post-show, and the feedback that we're getting in this is a very good show. 75% of respondents say it's a good or very good show with a very high level of satisfaction and a willingness to re-exhibit the following year. So what we're trying to do today is just explain a little bit. Paddy's going to talk a bit about what this year's show is about, what's new in the show, observations of learnings and experience from previous shows in Vienna and Barcelona, and then once Paddy's gone through all of that, we'll then come back and talk a little bit about what we're offering exhibitors for this year, some of the mechanics of that, and what the next steps are. So but I'm going to hand you over to Paddy now, who's going to tell you a little bit more about the show. Over to you, Paddy.
Thanks very much, Kelly. I really appreciate the opportunity to be able to talk to you about European Utility Week, which is taking place in Amsterdam between the 3rd and 5th of October this year. To the success of last year's exhibition, I think it's really reflective of the sector itself. We've seen over the last 3 years that the utility is really developing, really embracing the changes that are going on, and I think as a result is really it's creating business opportunities. So I think that was really the backdrop to the success of the event in Barcelona, and that momentum will only increase for the event in Amsterdam. So really, if we look at last year's exhibition, we had 11,414 visitors, which was a growth of over 20%. They came from over 113 countries from around the world. 85% of those visitors came from Europe, as you would expect, but interestingly 7% came from Asia Pacific, 3% from the Middle East, and 4% came from North America. And I think that really shows the interest of the event globally, and really what is going on in Europe. Companies are coming here to see what is being showcased and to learn about projects and best practice that is happening here. So that is also very important. So really the exhibition is going straight from strength to strength internationally. European Utility Week in a previous, under a previous name was launched 17 years ago as a conference. The event has evolved into a conference, a large-scale conference, but also a large-scale exhibition, attracting the whole value chain, and that is both with job title but also in product sector. So really from Chief Executive Officer through to Project Manager, they're all involved with the exhibition and conference and summit at some level or another. As you would expect with such a content-rich event, 30% of people said networking was their main reason for attending. A further 29% said gaining knowledge, understandable, but I think what is important to remember is that nearly 40% of visitors came to do business. They came to source solutions, and they came to find new business providers. So I think really when looking at this show, it's important to realise that it is the business that is driving the success of the event. The fact that business is being done means that the exhibition is growing. Very important. Elements, we talk about the value chain. The event evolved in Barcelona. We added Energy Revolution Europe, which is looking really at the development of renewables. And we included intelligent building. They say there's no smart grid without a smart building. This event really takes care of that. They were major developments for the show last year, but it really gives us the whole value chain from renewable generation, storage, integration, transmission, distribution, through to smart home and smart building. So every element is represented, which is important to utilities, important also, interestingly enough, for cities. To give you an idea of the scale and scope of the exhibition, we attract 550 exhibitors. We have 14 country pavilions, that will develop to 20 for next year. We have 8 hubs where content content is continually being presented throughout the day. We have 3 live studios from GREAT, which is our sister company, which is our online platform. And also walking around the exhibition, 480 individual utilities, obviously with multiple representatives, but there's 480 utilities represented there. For next year, I mentioned the country pavilion development. We're talking with Canada, we're talking with the Czech Republic, Finland, France, Germany, Hungary, Israel, the United States, which will be partner country. So within the growth of country pavilions, we would love to continue our involvement with BEAMA and the UK. It is a very well-attended element within the show. It is an important feature for us, and we really want to work closely with BEAMA to develop that for Amsterdam this year.
Okay, thanks Paddy. I think the takeouts from Paddy's presentation there are the scale and the reach of the show, although it's primarily based in Europe. It's got scope to go beyond that, and in fact does so. It's very much business generation orientated. We can testify to that because we've been to the shows previously, and it's growing, and that's a good sign for us. Now, because BEAMA is a government-approved trade challenge partner, we've previously been able to offer grants of up to £1,500 for eligible companies that join us on the UK Pavilion. The range of companies who come with us is fairly broad. We have some large companies, some SMEs, some micro SMEs, startups, pre-commercial. It's very varied. So this is a show that's open to a broad number of people, and that's another attractive element to European Utility Week. And we're happy to be able to discuss any kind of offer, whether it's in the UK Pavilion or any other opportunities, because there are many, for members or even non-members of BEAMA to participate in the show. Now, I mentioned the grant. We're waiting for approval from government on the grant, but we hope to have that sometime in February. But we're not resting on our laurels. In the interim period, we're in discussion with the show designers. We've come up with some ideas for how the pavilion will look. You'll be able to see that we have an open plan approach to the pavilion. It's very clean, it's very attractive to passers-by, it's UK branded, and anyone who wants to exhibit here for 6 square metres, we've been able to offer that for around about £4,500 this year, and that's with table and chairs, furniture in a shell scheme. So we think that's a competitive price. It's very similar to what we've offered in the past. So all I'd like to say now is thanks a lot, Paddy, and just to say to the viewers out there, if you're interested in joining us in Amsterdam, then please contact my colleague Vera Poku. You'll be able to find her details in just a minute. Drop her a line, let her know that you're interested, and she'll pass that over to us, and we'll be able to put the pavilion together based on that. And we look forward to seeing you in Amsterdam in October. Thank you.